Changing Times, the Allenwood Conversations.
Proudly supported by Kildare County Council.
Derry is a unique, very different from Belfast. Very, very different from
Sure.
Belfast. It never had that naked sectarian hatred thing going on in Belfast. I mean, we didn't have any romper rooms. We didn't have any of those sectarian killings. I mean, Derry people are cut from a different cloth.
It must have been because your daddy was in the RUC.
Yeah,
and how did that
play
out?
He had retired before
before
Duke
the
Street.
troubles,
Thanks be to Christ.
Thank God.
He had retired because that would have been very tricky. When the RUC became the enemy, I mean, my dad was really a kind of, village cop. He was a community. I mean, there was a non-stop parade of people looking for Sergeant Coulter to sign kind of paperwork or talk them through some claim or, the national health or whatever it might be, or this, that and the other. So he was a kind of community cop. He cycled. So thankfully he was out of that before the balloon went up. I was very grateful for that.
I'm just thinking of the time, as a teenager when you'd be listening to the radio and watching Top of the Pops and seeing people like Sandy Shaw and Cliff Richard. And these were the people that you were working with. Yeah. I mean, these were legends.
Yeah, to be part of that, to be in that Top of the Pops studio, and watching one of your acts, climbing up the charts. You can't compare Shang-a-Lang with The Town I Love So Well. I mean, what you do is the guy who wrote those two songs knows what he's doing because that's the craft. It's a different set of challenges. But that was exciting time to create something, the Bay City Rollers, which became a worldwide phenomenon. There was a Sea of Tartan. In early October, they're celebrating 50 years of the Bay City Rollers. Shang-a-Lang was 50 years old, and there's one of the fans convention in Edinburgh, and I'm been invited over to it. So of course I'm going.
Have you ever worn those trousers yourself?
Oh Jesus!
You have to wear tartan for that.
Oh no!
There is a line. There is a line.
No. You don't have to. You don't have to go that far down the rabbit hole. No. But it was fun times. It was great fun. I think I had more fun than I was entitled to with all that stuff. It was great, to see them get up the charts all over the place. Number one in America, number one in Brazil, number one in Tokyo, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you and Geraldine still play music at home?
She tours with me when I'm on the road. She's my special guest. Yeah,
she is.
yeah. I mean, I used to tour with like a full orchestra. Then it became financially not viable. Then we toured with a kind of a 4-piece. But what I've evolved now is the one-man show, where I kind of play, tell the stories, and then we have a lot of footage, a lot of archive footage that we show on the screen. And then Geraldine will be one of my guests, and then there's always another second. At the moment, it's a kid from Derry called George Hutton. He's early 30s, and he's got all that it takes, but he just needs that kind of exposure. He's a Derry boy, so I'm delighted to give him a shot,
So the music tradition is continuing in Derry.
Oh God, yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah. Very much so, very much.
Phil, you have just given us the most gorgeous experience of memories and energy and the fabulous personality that you have brought to the work that you've done. Thank you so much for joining us on Changing Times.
And thanks for everything you've given us.
Thank you so much.
Changing Times, the Allenwood Conversations.
Proudly supported by Kildare County Council.